Hey y'all, welcome to Reflecting Divinity. Today's pick a card is inspired by the Solar Eclipse, which as I am recording, it's happening tomorrow. So hopefully I get this out in time. But really this is a season as far as the eclipse, the new moon in Aries, as we are in Aries season, and Mercury Retrograde. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of pressure, I would say, maybe chaotic energy. I've had people around me saying that it feels very chaotic and almost draining, tiring. Like there's just so much energy. So this pick a card could be bringing in some messages and guidance for you around how to work with energy and these astrological moments and the really lingering and lasting effects of these shiftings in the stars and the planets. So I am excited as well that I am using a new deck that I recently just came across in a actual store, which is nice. It's called Fearless Fight Like a Girl, and I've only kind of looked through it a little bit, but these will be the final messages for each pile. So for pile 1, you have Carnelian. It reminds me a little bit of a tooth. I've had that one a while. Pile 2, you have Rhyolite, which I believe is volcanic ash, and it just has a really interesting kind of pattern on it. And last but not least, of course, pile 3, and this, I also got this at the store, and it is yellow Aventurine. And you can take your time to tap into which pile is calling to you intuitively, and just remember that my readings are timeless, so no matter when you come across it, if you're feeling drawn to it, there are messages for you. And just know, because they are collective and general readings, that you can take what resonates, release the rest, and trust your own intuition. As I'm delivering messages, be listening to the messages that are coming up from within you. On that note, I will see you at your selected reading. Hi, reading 1. If you chose the Carnelian, this is your reading, and I'll set aside your final message. And we will start with tarot. I'm using the Psychic Tarot deck. And I just want to see what's coming up for you, what you need to know. Whoop, this one flipped over. Okay. Let's see, we have the Four of Wands with foundation and achievements. We have the Sun. In this deck, it's light. And we have one of the chakra cards with the sacral chakra coming in. That's the second chakra. So right off the bat, reading 1, this is about really staking your claim, is what I'm hearing, especially with foundation. But there's this sense of celebrating, planting your feet on solid ground, that it really feels like it's yours. Like this is your area. This is your area of expertise. This is, like, I'm feeling mastery and enlightenment. Like there's this evolution that has happened within you, as well as without you, like in your life, there's expansion, there's blessings available. And so with this chaotic energy, with this time, this has gotten things moving and bubbling up, especially from the sacral chakra, and that sense of movement and creativity and its support of the intuitive, the highly intuitive chakras. There's a lot of the orange and purple energy here with these cards. So you have that divine inspired spark, that connection to the other side and to the spiritual realm, but there's also this ability to bring it into form in your life. And this is a blessed time for you. And with sacral chakra coming up, the question that is coming to mind is, are you giving yourself the time to enjoy it, the space to enjoy it, to allow your energy to really move and find its place within this new space? Because it does seem like maybe some of you are like moving or have moved into a new space or place, and this is opening up your energy as well as opening you up to new opportunities, as like actually more offers and ideas can flow in now to you. And this could, again, it doesn't have to be a literal space or place, but it could just be at this point in your life, you've achieved something. There's been, again, that evolution, that up-leveling, that enlightenment. And now, like, sparks are flying here, and there is this, I'm just feeling like waves and like the infinity sign, and that harmony being reached within your life, that flow to help you really experience things. I'm feeling more deeply and sensually, and really just like honing in on joy and like pleasure, experiencing all the flavors of life and having this moment. And I am getting a message around like you're allowed to be happy, to experience joy, to have good things happen for you and to you. It's not taking away of others who are, struggling. It doesn't help someone else to be suffering and in pain. You can help people more from this firm, foundational place of joy and ease. You had a card fall out. So we have intention, 22. With the owl in that card. So with the owl in that card, it's bringing me back again to enlightenment, to achievements. And so that could be schooling or a degree or some type of training, something that you have achieved and it has up-leveled you. And I love this egg here. It's bringing me some sort of message around the delicateness of this that you have created. Maybe you've created something, it's kind of fresh and it's not actually birthed yet out into the world. Like the egg hasn't cracked and the baby bird inside has not emerged. And so, what is this message, Spirit? The interesting thing here is with the dandelions too, they're standing out to me, and with wishing well, the idea that you can blow on a dandelion and its seeds will take flight and land, and it carries your wish as you set that intention, right? You set that intention for what it is you desire, and it feels like you have done this, but you are possibly being called to continue this in some form or fashion, that this is not the end, that you are being called to recognize how far you've come and what you have achieved, what you have created, celebrate it, but not, I almost want to use the word complacency. It's not like negative. Spirit is saying you deserve to feel contentment and peace, but there's more for you to experience and put out into the world. And with that egg not yet being cracked, not birthing that bird, I feel like that is something you're working on in addition to what you've already achieved. And so Spirit's saying, set your intention, make that a wish, trust us to deliver and nurture that. We are with you nurturing that, and we will make sure that the wish lands where it needs to. You have cleaning house as well, and with that sacral chakra energy, that is the motion, the movement, and really clearing out any energy that doesn't need to be there. And I was getting that sense of like your energy needing to move out and find new kind of spaces and places. And if you are moving into a new house, a new home, and you are having to physically clean out the space, which is possible, you may also energetically be shifting the energy, what feels like residue from, past people. You are bringing in and clearing out energetically. And so it's something you can be conscious of that you are doing with intention, so that you really are creating a space that feels supportive of your energy, of your family's energy. Right? We create that space together, and you want your house, your home, and the people who are part of that to all feel comfortable, right? And so with this eclipse season, I guess, with that chaotic energy, it's funny because I just had someone say how they were being drawn to clean, to really like deeply clean because of the energy, that chaos kind of bombarding them. It was making them want to clean up the little, parts of their house, the clutter and stuff. So this could be, the spring cleaning and getting a bit more organized and tidy in some way. We have commitment and we have reflection coming in here for you. The frequency of commitment supports our ability to devote ourselves in all aspects of our being and with unwavering belief. And that makes a lot of sense reading one. You have 22, which some of you may not agree with like the kind of master numbers, but 2 and 2 would be 4, right? And then we have 1 and 3 would be 4. So that's really interesting for you, and reinforcing that idea of the firm foundation, that commitment, this union potentially that is amplified. So like on many levels, you are committed. You are, I'm hearing the word loyal. And so that could be within a marriage type partnership or relationship. You have reflection. The energy of reflection supports our growth through the insights we get from the contemplations of self and others. And that's interesting too, with intention and being considerate of your energy and the energy of others in the physical space that you share. There's this, again, idea of harmony and flow, and with intention and wishing well in moving forward with this project idea, this desire, what has been calling to you. It is meant to be shared, and it is blessed, and you are making room for it. You have ensured that, reading 1, and you are already, it feels like you're already very considerate and careful and thoughtful in being aware of how this could affect other people. And it feels like especially within your family, within that community that you have, those important connections and relationships, you are very much aware, and Spirit is supporting that within you. And it's just what it feels like is just reminding you to keep that energy within you, like keep doing your inner work, and this will help you to do the outer work, right? To actually clean house, but it will support you energetically and everyone else around you. And I'm just hearing like, keep your ears open, because I'm feeling you will know when the time is right to crack the egg, that you will hear it within conversations with people around you, that you will be listening for the sign when they are ready. So it almost feels like they kind of have to be on board with this, but you are an initiator. Reading 1, you are kind of a leader in that way. You are the light bearer. Okay, so I had a Star Dragon card stick in my hand. We have 17, grief, accepting loss. And we have 2, dominance, believing in yourself. And that is interesting too, with grief and accepting loss. And the first thing coming to mind with that card is that in the past you could have had intentions to create something, to achieve something that didn't pan out. And it's been very hard on you and has affected how you perceive this desire, this idea that you have now. And so Spirit is wanting you to come to terms with the fact that they are not the same, and that just because one didn't pan out, that there was loss there in some way, there was disappointment, there was a moment of not a moment, but there was self-doubt that crept up into your awareness, so that it was like coloring how you see your potential. But Spirit's reminding you to believe in yourself, to recognize again your power, your leadership, you're bearing that light, you're kind of forging the path, and getting people on board with this. And it is ultimately what it feels like up to you to kind of set those dandelion seeds to the air, to drop the coin in the wishing well. That you are the powerhouse, honestly, in shifting energy and in making these decisions, these choices. And you have realized like you've accomplished a lot now, but if there is an old disappointment, that is something that feels like it was a failure and it caused you to face what feels like this challenge within yourself, like between yourself, where you had, again, that self-doubt, Spirit saying, it was a moment in time and it was a lesson. Like you did learn what you needed to learn from that, and to not let it hold you back. That, and with the owl here, kind of guarding the egg, that is fine for a while, but you will know then when it's ready and it needs to crack open. And there is that message around, there's always things like chance and outliers that we can't necessarily predict. We can't see them coming, but there will be a meaning to them, and you can't hold yourself back just because of, the what ifs. And Spirit's saying it's not always going to be that hard as it was for you at this time. That now you are entering this very blessed time frame, and really you stayed committed in many ways. And so I think Spirit's like, if you're feeling that wavering within you, that's what you're working on clearing out energetically with cleaning house. You're also cleaning the house that is your body, right? That stores these memories and the emotions, and to allow them to bubble up and be brought to the light and released. And you just, I'm hearing you like be grateful for the learning experience, but, say, hey, like I am ready for more. Okay, we have your affirmators card, and then the card that flipped over is love. Love is a many splendored thing. Today I will notice and appreciate at least 3 of those splendors, like the fact that puppies make me feel like a parent, or the surge of self-congratulation I feel when I sink a 3-point trash basket shot on the first try. Or how about the chills I get while singing along to name of song, you know the one. Yeah, so this is the reminder. This is the reminder that you are meant to be in that flow and that connection of love. And again, for some of you, this could be that union, and it's amplified as well. This relationship, this connection, but it's also the self-love, the self-congratulation that you have achieved, that you are deserving of this. Reading 1. That you have accomplished so much, and you have gotten this far. And honestly, I mean, for some of you, this could be that you are wanting to have a child, or you are planning to have a child, and Spirit is blessing this. You are loved. You are supported, and that this is a new moment. So let's see what your final message is. Okay, we have the shape shifter fight. Okay. And I'm going to read from the book. And I should say, to clarify, because in this deck, fight means spark or initiative. It's passionate action rather than resistance. So to keep that in mind. The shapeshifter fight. You must be willing in any given moment to change the form of your thoughts, recognizing outdated beliefs and ill-fitting patterns of behavior are your first step in shape-shifting into your new reality. A willingness to see your inherent golden worth and let go of what no longer serves you is your first step in the defense against the darkness of doubt. Let die what needs to die. The Morrigan, goddess of battle, death, and companion to ravens, is now your ally. You are on a journey to become the next biggest version of the highest vision of yourself. Cling only to what you find true and beautiful for you, and dismiss whatever insults your own soul. You can shift the shape of your life when you become ruthless about what you deserve and treat yourself accordingly. Yes, reading one. Take back your power, even within your own mind. Again, that cleaning house, that clearing out the clutter within and without, and giving yourself that time on the pedestal, right? To be seen, to be heard. That the old, the failures, the challenges, the struggles, there is that moment where you are able to grieve, and at some point there is a reset, a refresh of the energy, and you're allowed to shift into that. It's saying that you can see your golden worth and to find your power in the face of any doubt, that old fear, the old patterns. But you are building this golden vision, right? This highest vision with the sun. This is just blessing this path that you are on and everything you are doing, and really who you are being. You are blessed. Reading one. I hope this was helpful for you. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me in the future, then please subscribe. I wish you all the best. I give you my love. Until next time, bye, reading one. Hi, reading two. If you chose Rhyolite, this is your reading. So I'm going to set aside your final message, and we will start with the Psychic Tarot, and just pull some cards to see what you need to know right now. Okay. Okay. Let's see. We have... Gosh, I keep doing that. Okay, this is interesting. Okay. So, we have the 8 of Pentacles with positive movement forward. We have the Fool, or new beginnings, in this deck. And we have The sacral chakra, pile 1 or reading 1, also had sacral chakra and in the same position, which is just interesting to me. All right. So first thing is that you are on your way to a new destination. There is that sense of like not knowing exactly where you're going, right? Between the Fool energy with new beginnings, as well as, especially in this card, you are headed out to sea and you are ready for that newness, that excitement, that energy that comes with adventure, right? And with the sacral chakra, this is that movement. This is following the intuitive pull toward joy and what makes you happy, like what is pleasurable for you. There's that very much that foundational supportive aspect of the sacral and going with the flow. And so this is very exciting for you, reading 2, that there's this fresh new energy coming in. There is this new cycle and it feels in alignment with your desires, your passions with the sacral chakra, as well as what you have figured out in your physical world, life, that aspect, the honing of skills, and now you're ready to really use them, put yourself out there. Okay, interesting. We have another 8. We have come together. That this bringing of your skills out into, okay, that's interesting. We have another card that was in reading 1. Cleaning house. There is again this freshness of energy, this call to, I'm hearing like wipe the slate clean, that you are ready to let go of some old stuff and really open up to abundance that is going to be bringing you more happiness, more excitement. There's this commitment that you have made to yourself to direct your energy in a particular way and really make something of yourself, your career path, your life. Like there is that sense of, I want to have these particular things in my life, in my experience, but you're also wanting to have not just material things, but like experiences and connections. So for some of you, I am feeling traveling and finding different people and cultures to even just observe, like you're just soaking in the experience, and that is satisfying to the sacral, to that energy center, that this is healing for it. And this is also going to be opening you up to opportunities to bring not only the aspects of yourself, like your skills or your qualities, the things you've dedicated yourself to. It'll be things outside of that that also could start to come in, because you're going to pick up more in this exploration, and you're going to possibly find someone in particular to come in and like be part of this process for you, reading 2. And this is a clearing out. Like with the Fool, there is that end of a cycle and a new beginning, and 7 and 3 together is 10, but it reduces down to 1. So you're taking that next step, right? And I almost see this as like moving from new beginnings and Fool energy to right before the magician, like there's almost an in-between energy of like the magician having to prep the space to bring in all the elements. That's a bit what I'm getting from this cleaning house for you. And gentle gardener, you've got 2 and 2. It's kind of interesting, and 8 and 8. So take what resonates, just be aware of numbers and how they're coming in for you. But this is that time where not only are you like cleaning and clearing the slate, but you are really priming the foundation. You know, you're fueling the soil by giving it nourishment and allowing, again, I'm hearing that word like soaking in. So you're really fertilizing that slate, that clean slate, to then be abundant in the future. But there is that sense of like not having to rush, not having to force it, to trust that things are unfolding, that things are growing, that things are coming together. And this is meant to be a kind of go with the flow moment for you reading too, that this in the chaos of the eclipse energy, again, we have that combination of Mercury retrograde and Aries season along with the eclipse. So it's like you are taking that positive movement towards something with that Aries energy, but you're also like making sure that you're paying attention to the nitty-gritty and the details and getting that cleared out so that there won't be hang-ups and like remnants of things getting in your way. You're really doing the prep work as well. Let's see. We have grace, 24. The frequency of grace supports our smooth adaptation to and anticipation of life's currents and changes as we evolve toward a higher version of ourselves on this earthly plane, bridging the divine with the human essence. Yeah, that you are having to kind of go with the flow and that tapping into grace, that energy, and allowing yourself to move with the waves, with the currents, allowing it to move you, to trust the universe to move you where you are meant to be. We have 43, transparency. The energy of transparency supports our expansion toward a higher vibrational state of being with more insight, honesty, and clarity. And I'm coming back with transparency to the 0, new beginnings, and that stripping away of everything. There is that reset, that refreshing of the energy, that clean slate, and that there is a message here from Spirit about approaching this by releasing expectations of what it will look like, of what exactly it will be, how it will affect you, those types of expectations, because when you are holding on to that, it's like blocking your vision. And with transparency, that energy, along with grace, being able to go with the flow, but also to see ahead clearly, that you can have I'm almost seeing it like a web in front of you of your ideas and your intention and your loose expectation of how you want to feel moving into this, but without hanging on to the specifics, that those are like the insects that get stuck in a web. So to be aware of that process and allow anything that's getting stuck in your mind, noticing when you're getting hung up on that and releasing it from the web, which is kind of acting like, almost seeing it like a high-tech screen in front of you that's just part of your vision. That's more like what you want. You don't want like a full map in front of you so that you can't even see where you're going, right? It's like an overlay that's transparent. This is the feeling, the vibration of your moving forward. There's a lightness to it, reading too. Again, gentle gardener. There isn't force here. It's allowing things to come up. Oh my gosh. Y'all. Another card in the exact position as pile 1. What is happening? I am shuffling. Okay, and if it's when they stick in my hands, I just want y'all to know that this is weird. No. Oh my. Y'all, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, is it the intuition or is it that I'm not shuffling? But I am shuffling. This is the other exact same card. So a lot of similarities with reading 1. You're moving forward. You are releasing the past, and 1 and 7, that is 8. You have 888. So there is something here within the numbers, finding the abundance, and 8 being infinity, and just like everything that you give out comes back around to you. And that, you know, when you are moving forward, you may be leaving things behind, right? I mean, it's kind of inevitable that things are being left behind, and this could be causing you grief and some sadness, and Spirit saying it is okay to be in that energy as you're moving forward. That energy of grief is healthy in that it is processing out. It is allowing you to, like I'm seeing the web again and things stuck in the web. That grief is allowing you to release those things that are stuck in the web, that are clouding your vision, that are clouding the vision of your future. And, you know, Spirit's saying, like, we believe in you. You must believe in yourself and your ability. Like, you're dominating in what it is you have set your sights on bringing forward with you. That you have all this good that is ready to come in, to grow, to again, like, there is some patience here, but believing that it will happen. Like, I'm getting this energy of the 7 of Pentacles and that kind of like waiting on something to happen. But you are headed towards the 9 of Pentacles and independence. And again, with especially the 9 of Pentacles too, there's that energy of like really enjoying and luxuriating, finding luxury and pleasure and joy. And this is on the horizon for you. And with Aries, it's like, this is okay. This is the good time to be thinking about yourself in this way of like what you deserve, what you want, what you desire. And it's still keeping in mind like the house cleaning, the releasing of old patterns, old beliefs, allowing a mourning process so that again you have that foundational, nurturing, nourishing garden for these ideas to take root. Okay, let's see. We have engagement. Today, I make the conscious choice to engage with the world in an active way. I will take a new route and talk to strangers. I will smell flowers and pet dogs and maybe walk around barefoot for a while if I'm not inside a 7-Eleven. At the very least, I'll have a day that's slightly more interesting than average. And at the most, I'll have a startling epiphany or make a friend who will change my life forever. No pressure. Yeah, this is your engagement with the world. It's how you are moving forward with your energy and like going with the flow and finding how things come together for you, how people come into your life, how you are taking that dedication and willpower and moving it forward, but in a way that it's still full of trust for the universe. It's not about like forcing it, but it's about staying strong in your belief in yourself. And I love that message around taking a new route. It's like seeing your life through a different lens. And I like that message with transparency. So it's, you are just shifting your consciousness, like you're shifting your vibration. And maybe that would be a good practice for you reading too. So if you take a beat, go into meditation, before you leave the house, you tap in and you like bring in the light, and maybe you're saying affirmations, whatever makes you get that energy going and like pumped up within you. Like maybe it is listening to your favorite song, or maybe it's literally like jumping up and down, like doing jumping jacks or something to get your blood pumping, your energy going in a very positive way, focusing on the positive and that feeling of like high vibing, and then go out into the world, take a moment, take a minute, and then go out into the world and see what happens. It's like just being open to the experience and allowing it to come through, noticing it, and just knowing that there's this kind of give and take, and it's not about it being a particular way. I just feel like that is a really important message that Spirit's wanting to emphasize, that especially right now with the energy, like there's a lot going on. And so things are going to be shifting and changing quite a bit. And you're just like, okay, cool. Like this is fun. I feel like that's a good message for you, that okay, how is this going to be fun today? So let's look at your final message. We have 41, the embodied fight. And I should say that fight in this deck is like inspired action, passion. It's not resistance. It's that spark, that fight within you. So, the embodied fight. One of the greatest fights we ever face is a fight to love our bodies. We are told through media onslaught that our bodies are defective and even shameful in a myriad of ways. Science would have you believe your body is an experiment that could go awry at any moment. Religion would have you believe your body is a sin, deserving of great shame. But if you fight like a girl, you will decide your body is a marvel, as beautiful as a flower garden pond, home to delight, healing, and wonder. Your body is a sacred companion. She is the one entity that will never leave you during your journey as a human. She is always working on your behalf to restore, heal, and create the balance that allows you to fully participate in this life. She is kind enough to let you know when things aren't working, where you need help, relief, or assistance. That kind of loyalty deserves devotion, not diminishment. Pay attention to your body and her needs today. Take the time to show your appreciation and adoration. Yes, pile 2. That resonates a lot with the message around being that gentle gardener, cleaning the house, doing the inner work as well. I mean, it's not literally you clean your house. It can be, but it could be about paying attention to your body, to your mind as well, that they are as important and they are intertwined, right? And that, again, like the web, that if there are things stuck in the web that need to be released, to take care of that within your mind and support your web, support your body. And if there is this grief coming up for you, and I'm feeling for some of you there could be grief that is coming from an inner part of you, like an inner child. And so to notice that and give yourself grace and also love that part and tell them it's okay to grieve, to feel sad, but that, you are there for them. And if some of you are traveling and experiencing, your home is your body. That is your temple as you're moving through. That is your connection. And to cherish that and recognize its importance in moving you forward. That all your qualities are recognized and cherished and meant to be part of that new growth in the garden. I hope this reading was helpful for you. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more from me, then please subscribe. I'd love to have you here. I wish you all the best. I give you my love. Until next time, bye reading 2. Hi reading 3. If you chose the yellow Aventurine, this is your reading. So we'll set aside your final message here and we will begin with tarot. And this is the Psychic Tarot. And we just want to get a few cards to see what you need to know. What's the context? What's going on? Oh, that one wants to come out. Okay, let's see. Okay, we have the 6 of Swords with moving on. We have the 9 of Wands with spiritual strength. And we have the 7 of Swords with deception and envy. All right, so first thing, Spirit is saying to be strong. They recognize that you have been through it, that there has been, I wanted to say challenge, but then the word test came in. Like there has kind of been a test, and this is with the circumstances, the people around you, with that Seven of Swords kind of looking in. It feels like a lot of pressure being directed toward you. The eyes are on you, and you have had to maintain some level of strength to protect yourself, to be a barrier between you and this energy. There's this message around you having to be quiet about this, that you knew more about what was going on than you let on. And Spirit is pointing out that it is about time to move on. There is this energy of shifting into the light, but it's almost like things will come to light, and this will be able to be let go as a burden, that it's no longer meant to be on you anymore in whatever way it had kind of manifested as something you had to uphold. And it was tiring, and it was like maybe only you could really see this. Yeah, okay. So we have Ghostlands, and it looks like, you know, a kind of compass. And then here, I don't know if that's a compass, but that's what it looks like. So there is that like direct, hey, like moving on, new direction. Take notice that you may have been feeling like lost and stuck in the Ghostlands, in this mountain energy, which is interesting that this is here under spiritual strength. As mountains, they can represent an obstacle, a challenge, but it's also something that you can overcome, you can achieve in climbing the mountain and in reaching the top of the mountain, as well as it is a very stable, strong structure. Okay, this one's stuck. Okay, we have Sacred Pool, 47. So you are moving in a new direction of peace and healing, and it feels like a huge release from the Nine of Wands energy, and having to uphold that level within you and around you and your aura and your energy field, this protection and what feels like bombardment of thoughts and things directed at you, that I almost see it like the gaze of this man like trying to penetrate into your aura and come in and disrupt your energy, that you are moving on from this, and it's almost like you can finally just breathe and release and be in the sacred pool, take in the comfort and the nourishing aspects of the water, to be able to just go with the flow rather than what feels like really always having to be in a space of trying to figure out where you're going and where you're at and how to get there, how to overcome these challenges. And it's been a lot. And so what feels like with this eclipse, there's like a seal that's broken or something. There's this energy that's just released, and then all the pressure is drained. And that is just a huge relief, is what it feels like for you, pile 3. Okay, Okay, I already had one fall out. Let's see. Grace. Okay, again. So pile 2 had this, grace. The frequency of grace supports our smooth adaptation to and anticipation of life's currents and changes as we evolve toward a higher version of ourselves on this earthly plane, bridging the divine with the human essence. Ooh, and you are being called to have this grace. I mean, you've already had it, and now it's like having grace for yourself, whereas it may have been more so for others in this time frame. But there's now it's like your reward or something for your efforts, for your strength, for your resilience. You are being rewarded grace, and you are going to be able to just kind of flow with it. And it's like, instead of you having to uphold something, it's now on others to uphold that around you, if that makes sense energetically. I'm sorry if y'all hear my cat. Okay, we have, I keep doing that. I'm really like all over the place tonight. I don't know what's going on. Okay. So first thing I saw was like 4 and 7 is 11, and you have 11 with awareness. The energy of awareness supports our capacity to focus our attention on all aspects of a multidimensional world so that we create a reality that we truly choose. Ooh, that's powerful. You are this multi-dimensional being. Rating 3. You have this awareness already. I felt that with the spiritual strength that you took the high road in some form of fashion. You took on like responsibilities for things that weren't yours, but you did it what feels like for the highest and greatest good of all. And now it is time. It's like you can finally let that go. You can move on from it. And there is a freeing up of the energy. And you will be going through this healing time, which really is perfect with Mercury Retrograde as I'm recording this, that you are, I feel like you're getting in touch with yourself again and clearing. I'm feeling you're, really clearing yourself of other people's energies so that you know who you are at your core. It's like for a while you were so focused on what was happening outside of you. All you could really have as an awareness of you was like your strength, your resilience. So this is more so a time of deep healing and rest and renewal, but Spirit's emphasizing that need to be in the pool, to be supported, to like relax all your muscles. Like if you can get into a body of water, like a pool, a tub, something where you can have that rejuvenating time and actually, play around with just being supported by the water. That's something that will allow the energy, the emotions to finally release. It's that combination of the physical as well as the more of the mental, spiritual, emotional that the body has held on to the stress of that. Ooh. Okay, I had 2 fly out, so I'm going to take them. We have 4 wisdom, asking questions. And then we have 3 transformation, defining yourself. Okay. This challenge has been what has strengthened your own connection to your inner wisdom. It's like that did open you up, and that could be, for some of you, the lesson, the silver lining of going through this challenging time that really pushed you to your limits, that this has now opened your mind up in some way to like greater possibilities. And now you're moving on that energy of looking at the compass and finding your way. The way you're doing that is by asking questions, by pondering, by being curious, being in that energy of awareness, noticing things and making connections, and Spirit saying we appreciate that commitment to the learning, to the discovery by being in that state, and that really you are figuring out that, again, it's not about the outside forces that are coming into your energy and affecting you. Like, you're figuring out who you are in the sacred pool. In that healing state, you are stripping away any of that clutter and messiness of the outside. And it's interesting because reading 2 also had a similar kind of message about clearing that out and also allowing grace in, allowing grace to carry you through, because you're going to, again, get a clearer sense of who it is that you are, and you're realizing it's up to you who you are. It's not about other people and what they say you are, that pressure that they're trying to put on you. You have done your part, and you have been in integrity and your spiritual strength. But now it's time for you to come around the other side of the mountain to the sacred pool, to the light, and experience that. And then you'll have this like deep wisdom within you to access and share with others. We have gratitude. Today, I am grateful for all of the little things. Even when the big things suck, there are always plenty of little things I can be at least a little grateful for, like hot showers and music, and the fact that humans invented an internet, and I'm allowed to use it whenever I want to, using fingers and thumbs that do whatever I think them to do at any given moment. Yeah, this is the realization, this is the wisdom. And that is that you have recognized that you can't control everything. And so there are these times of challenge, of feeling lost, feeling, on your own, like you're having to carry this on your own, and it's not necessarily, it's not fair. But that you have found that by going inward and finding the things you are grateful for, that is the spiritual aspect of this. That strength has helped you through this. And so if you are still in this is just a reminder of like, it feels like it's right there on the edge, like you're about to step into this. And so this is encouraging you to carry on and to be gentle with yourself. Again, give yourself grace. Like, take those long hot showers. Whatever helps you feel better and get you back to being you and knowing you. Because again, with this deception and the card, and in particular the mask in this card, it's like people expecting you to be someone you're not, to wear a mask, and you said no. And that was like, an affront to this person. So if that resonates, it was like, how dare you? But you're not about that. You stayed true. And now it's time to clear yourself of any of that remnant. I mean, because of course, no matter what, we do our best, but we pick up other people's energies, and you're going deep, 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 pile 3, into exploring yourself at a soul level is what I'm feeling. That you're being called to do this, and this is an exciting next phase of your transformation journey. And it does feel like there is that sense of epiphany and like really understanding at a conscious level, but more so like that spiritual conscious level, and that the power is in your hands, it's in your mind, it's in your body to manifest what it is you are wanting, that reality, that you're creating this reality for yourself. So let's see what your final message is. We have 11, the balance fight. And I should say, because I forgot to say it in the beginning, that the word fight in this deck, the author defines as like inspired, passionate action, spark, initiative, rather than like resistance. So just keep that in mind. The balance fight. Every day, all your life long, the world will grab you by the sleeve and try to steer you into the maelstrom of its concerns. Look this way. This is important. Pay attention over here. Until you tip too far into distraction or empathy or sensory overload. It is up to you to guard your boundaries and protect your sovereign space. Now is the time to balance compassion with accountability, empathy with boundaries, self-care with other care. Your most precious resources are your time and energy. Don't let them bleed out. Sharpen your no skills so that your yes has more power. Bring yourself back into balance by creating the space and time your soul needs to thrive. Yes, reading 3, I mean, that's couldn't be more on point with the messages coming through for you. That you are meant to live this soul-based existence. That you have this deep wisdom and spiritual understanding, and that you have taken on burdens, right? And you have done your best to balance that. And Spirit is commending you for recognizing when you need to step up and when you need to step down. And to be there for others or to isolate and go into hermit mode, right? And now there is this movement of like, okay, it's time to rest and reset those boundaries and clear your energy and allow yourself some you time. You need that you time. pile 3. So this is the perfect time to do it with the energies coming in. This is a very supportive time, and that sometimes that taking action can be, I'm taking action to rest, right? That is an action. So to give yourself grace, to not just have to keep going and doing and being on all the time. I feel like that's important to say. So I hope this reading was helpful for you, reading 3. I appreciate you being here. If you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more from me, then subscribe. I wish you all the best. I give you my love. Until next time, bye, reading 3.